The stars looked different when you knew death was coming from them. Captain Jinwoo Park stood at the observation deck of Luna Station and watched the black space between Earth and Mars. His coffee had gone cold hours ago, but he kept holding the cup anyway. The metal felt real in his hands when everything else felt like a bad dream. "Sir, we have another update from Deep Space Sensors," Communications Officer Minji Kim called from her station. Her voice was steady, but Jinwoo could hear the fear underneath. They all had that fear now. It started 3 days ago when the first signals came in. Jinwoo walked back to the command center. The screen showed dots moving toward their solar system. Big dots. Each one represented a ship the size of a city. The computer counted them over and over. 300 ships. 300 alien ships coming to Earth. How long until they reach us? Jinwoo asked. Tactical analyst Dong-Hyun Lee looked up from his console. 18 hours at their current speed. They are not slowing down. 18 hours. Jinwoo thought about his daughter back on Earth. She was only 7 years old. She loved to draw pictures of spaceships and aliens. In her drawings, the aliens were always friendly. They had big smiles and brought presents. Real aliens, it seemed, brought something very different. The first contact had happened 4 days ago. A massive ship appeared at the edge of their solar system and sent a message. The message was simple: surrender or die. The ship waited for an answer for exactly 1 hour. When no answer came, it sent the signal to bring the fleet. Earth had tried to send a response. President Han had recorded a message asking for peace talks. The aliens never replied. They just kept coming. "Sir, we have Dr. Choi on the line from the Prometheus Project," Minji said. Jinwoo took the call. Dr. Soo-young Choi appeared on his screen. She looked tired. Her lab coat was wrinkled and her hair was a mess. Behind her, Jinwoo could see people running around with papers and computer tablets. "Captain Park, I need to know our exact timeline," Dr. Choi said. "How long do we have?" 18 hours until they reach Earth orbit," Jinwoo replied. "Maybe less if they speed up." Dr. Choi nodded. "We are working as fast as we can. The Prometheus device is our only chance, but we have never tested it at full power. We do not even know if it will work." "What exactly does it do?" Jinwoo asked. Dr. Choi paused. "It manipulates space itself. If our math is right, it can erase matter from existence. But if our math is wrong, it might destroy the entire planet." The line went quiet. Jinwoo stared at the screen. "Those are our options? Maybe destroy the aliens or definitely destroy ourselves?" "I am afraid so," Dr. Choi said. "But Captain, there is something else. We found some strange readings in the device. It seems to connect to something deep in Earth's core, something that should not be there." Before Jinwoo could ask more questions, alarms started ringing. Dong-Hyun was shouting from his station. "Sir, the alien fleet just changed course. They are moving faster now. New arrival time is 12 hours. Dr. Choi heard the alarms through the communication link. "I have to go, Captain. We are running out of time." The screen went black. Jinwoo turned to his crew. Luna Station was Earth's first line of defense. It had nuclear missiles, laser cannons, and particle beam weapons. Against a normal enemy, it might have been enough. Against 300 city-sized alien ships, it was like throwing rocks at a mountain. "All stations prepare for combat readiness," Jinwoo ordered. "Send word to all Earth defense platforms. This is not a drill." Minji worked at her console, sending messages to every military base on Earth and in space. The responses came back quickly. Everyone was scared, but everyone was ready to fight. Humans were good at fighting when they had no other choice. "Sir, we have an incoming call from Aegis Prime," Minji said. Aegis Prime was the newest defense station. It orbited between Earth and the Moon. Engineer Tae-hyun Yu appeared on screen. He was young, maybe 25 years old. His uniform was clean and his face was serious. "Captain Park, I have something strange to report," Tae-hyun said. Our deep core sensors are picking up energy signatures from inside Earth. The patterns are not natural. What kind of patterns? Jinwoo asked. They look artificial, like someone built something inside the planet. The energy levels are huge, but they have been dormant until now. They started activating when the alien fleet entered our solar system. Jinwoo felt a chill run down his back. First, Dr. Choi mentioned something strange in Earth's core. Now Tae-hyun was seeing artificial energy patterns. Are you saying someone or something is inside our planet? I do not know what I am saying, Tae-hyun replied. The readings make no sense. It is like there is a massive machine buried thousands of miles down, a machine that is waking up. The conversation was interrupted by another alarm. This time it was the proximity alert. Something big was approaching Luna Station. Single ship incoming, Dong-yun reported. It is huge, bigger than anything we have ever seen. The main screen switched to external cameras. A ship the size of a small moon was approaching. It was dark gray with red lights running along its hull. The design was alien and frightening, sharp edges and strange curves that hurt to look at. They sent a scout, Jinwoo said. They want to see what we can do before the main fleet arrives. The alien ship stopped just outside weapon range. It sat there like a metal moon, watching, waiting. Then it started broadcasting. The message came in perfect English. The voice was deep and cold. Humans of the third planet, I am Admiral Kex Thor of the Vorthak Empire. Your species has been chosen for integration into our domain. You will serve as workers and soldiers for the greater glory of Vorthak. Resistance will result in total extinction. You have 1 hour to surrender your planet. The message repeated 3 times and then stopped. The alien ship just waited. Jinwoo looked around his command center. His crew was staring at him, waiting for orders. Earth was waiting for orders. 3 billion people were looking up at the stars and wondering if they would see tomorrow. Open a channel to Earth Defense Command, Jinwoo said. Secretary of Defense, Jisoo Han appeared on screen. She was in the war room deep under Washington. Behind her, Jinwoo could see dozens of military officers working at computers. Captain Park, what is our status? Jisoo asked. 1 alien ship is holding position near Luna Station. The main fleet arrives in 11 hours. They want us to surrender. That is not going to happen, Jisoo said. We have Dr. Choi's weapon and we have our military. We fight. Ma'am, Dr. Choi's weapon is untested. It might not work. It might destroy us instead of them. Jisoo was quiet for a moment. Captain, my grandfather fought in the Korean War. My father fought in Vietnam. I grew up hearing stories about impossible odds and last stands. Sometimes fighting is not about winning. Sometimes fighting is about showing the universe that humans do not go quietly. Jinwoo understood. They were probably going to die. All of them. But they would die fighting. All stations. This is Captain Park, he said into the communication system. The enemy has given us 1 hour to surrender. We decline their offer. Prepare. All weapons. Ready all defenses. We show these aliens what humans are made of. Across the solar system, weapons powered up. Missile tubes opened. Laser arrays focused. Nuclear warheads armed themselves. It was not much against 300 alien warships, but it was everything humanity had. The alien scout ship continued to wait, watching, recording everything for Admiral Kex Thor and his fleet. In her underground laboratory, Dr. Soo-young Choi worked frantically to complete the Prometheus device. Deep in Earth's core, ancient machines stirred to life. Engineer Tae-hyun Yoo watched his sensors and wondered what secrets their planet was hiding. 11 hours until the fleet arrived. 1 hour until humanity gave its answer to the demand for surrender. The stars looked different when you knew death was coming from them. But they also looked beautiful, worth fighting for, worth dying for. Jinwoo Park finished his cold coffee and prepared for war. The hour passed like a minute. Admiral Kexthor received his answer when Luna Station powered up its weapons and pointed them at his scout ship. The humans chose death over slavery. How predictable, how stupid. Kexthor stood on the bridge of his flagship, the destroyer of worlds. Around him, his officers worked at stations that controlled enough firepower to crack planets. The human solar system spread out before them on the main display. One small yellow star, a few rocky planets, and billions of primitive creatures who thought they could fight the Vorthak Empire. Report on human military capabilities, Kexthor ordered. Science Officer Thalmir consulted his data tablet. Crude nuclear weapons, basic energy projectors, and kinetic projectiles. Their largest ships are smaller than our shuttlecraft. Their technology is approximately 800 years behind ours. Kexthor smiled. His teeth were sharp and white against his gray skin. 800 years. They are fighting us with sticks and stones. Shall I order the fleet to attack? Asked his second-in-command, General Vexmar. Not yet, Kexthor replied. I want them to understand their situation first. Order the fleet to assume attack formation. Let them see our power. 300 Vorthak warships moved into position around Earth's solar system. Each ship was a masterpiece of destruction. The smallest ones could destroy cities. The largest ones could turn continents into glass. Together, they had conquered 47 star systems and enslaved over 200 species. On Luna Station, Captain Jinwoo Park watched the enemy fleet deploy. The computer tried to calculate the firepower facing Earth but kept showing error messages. The numbers were too big. Sir, we are receiving a transmission from Earth Defense Command, Minji, Kim reported. Secretary of Defense Jisoo Han appeared on screen. Her face was grim but determined. Captain, President Yang has authorized the use of all weapons. We fight with everything we have. What about the Prometheus device? Jinwoo asked. Dr. Choi says she needs 6 more hours minimum. The device is charging, but the process cannot be rushed. 6 hours. The alien fleet would be in attack position in 2 hours. Jinwoo did the math in his head. They would have to hold off 300 alien warships for 4 hours using conventional weapons. Ma'am, our conventional weapons might not even scratch their hulls, Jinwoo said. Then we die trying, Jisoo replied. But we make them remember that they fought humans. The transmission ended. Jinwoo turned to his crew. They were all young. Most of them had joined the Space Defense Force to explore the stars and protect Earth from asteroids. None of them had expected to fight aliens. You heard the orders, Jinwoo said. All weapons ready. Target the lead ship. Meanwhile, Intelligence Officer Seongmin Ko sat in a bunker under Seoul, South Korea. His job was to intercept and decode enemy communications. What he was hearing from the alien fleet made his blood run cold. The aliens were laughing. Their communication channels were full of jokes about human weapons and bets about how quickly the battle would end. One alien officer was taking wagers on whether humans could damage even one enemy ship. Another was complaining that this mission was too easy and would not look good on his military record. They think this is a game, Seongmin said to his assistant. They are not even taking us seriously. His assistant, Lieutenant Hyemin Park, looked up from her translation computer. Sir, I am picking up references to something called a training exercise. They are using this battle to teach their young officers how to fight. They are using Earth as target practice, Seongmin realized. We are not even a real enemy to them. We are just training dummies. Seongmin recorded everything and sent it to Earth Defense Command. The message was clear. The aliens did not respect human military power. They saw Earth's defenders as insects to be stepped on. In her underground laboratory, Dr. Soo-young Choi worked without sleep. The Prometheus device was the most complex machine ever built by humans. It required the power of a small star and the precision of a Swiss watch. One mistake would turn Earth into a dead rock floating in space. Dr. Choi, the power levels are climbing faster than expected. her assistant Yunji Bei reported. The device is drawing energy from the core at twice the predicted rate. Su-young looked at the readings. Something was wrong. The device was supposed to take 12 hours to reach full power, but the energy was flowing too easily, as if something deep in the Earth was helping. "Run a deep core analysis," Su-young ordered. "I want to know what is down there." Dr. Hyun-woo Nam, her colleague and friend, walked over with a worried expression. "So-young, we should not rush this. If the device overloads, it could crack the planet in half." "If we do not fire this weapon, the aliens will crack the planet for us," Su-young replied. "We have no choice." Hyun-woo pointed to the energy readings. "But look at these numbers. The power source is not behaving like normal matter. It is almost like someone built a reactor inside Earth's core. A reactor that has been waiting for us to turn it on." Su-young stared at the data. Hyun-woo was right. The energy patterns looked artificial, but that was impossible. No human technology existed that could build something that deep inside the planet, and no alien technology should be helping them fight aliens. Back in space, Admiral Kexthor grew impatient. His officers were reporting that human ships were taking defensive positions. Some were hiding behind their moon. Others were clustering around their space stations. All of them were pointing weapons at his fleet. "They actually think they can hurt us," Kexthor said to General Vexmar. "This is almost sad." "Shall I demonstrate our superiority?" Vexmar asked. "Yes. Send the Bone Crusher forward. Have them destroy one of the human space stations. I want the humans to see what real weapons can do." The Bone Crusher was a heavy dreadnought. Its captain, Commander Velrak, was young and eager to prove himself. This was his first command, and he wanted to impress the admiral. "Bone Crusher to flagship," Velrak reported. "Moving to attack position. Request permission to engage." "Granted," Kexthor replied. "Show these humans the power of Vorthak." The Bone Crusher accelerated toward Luna Station, its weapons charged. With energy that could melt mountains, its shields activated with power that could stop nuclear explosions, Commander Velrak felt invincible. On Luna Station, alarms screamed. The massive alien ship was approaching fast. "All weapons target the incoming ship," Jinwoo ordered. "Fire everything we have." Nuclear missiles streaked through space. Laser beams lanced out like deadly light. Particle cannons fired streams of accelerated matter. Everything Earth's defenders had built to protect their world focused on one alien ship. The weapons struck the Bone Crusher's shields and exploded in brilliant flashes of light. The crew of Luna Station held their breath, hoping to see damage. The alien ship flew through the explosions without slowing down. Its shields absorbed every weapon Earth could fire. The hull was not even scratched. "No effect," Dong-hyun reported. His voice was hollow. "Our weapons are not penetrating their shields." Commander Velrak laughed on his bridge. The human attack had been like insects flying into a window. Annoying but harmless. "Return fire," he ordered. "Destroy their station." The Bone Crusher's main guns charged up. Each weapon had enough power to vaporize a city. Velrak targeted Luna Station and prepared to fire. On Earth, engineer Tae Hyun-yu watched his sensors from Aegis Prime Station. The energy readings from the planet's core were getting stronger. Whatever was down there, it was waking up fast. "This is impossible," he said to his crew. "The energy signature is huge. It is like there is a machine the size of a continent buried in the Earth's core." His sensor operator, technician Minho Kang, looked up with wide eyes. "Sir, the energy is not just in Earth's core. I am detecting similar patterns on 6 other planets in different star systems." "Other planets?" Tae-hyun stared at the display. "Are you saying there is a network of these machines?" "It looks like it, sir. And they are all activating at the same time." Tae-hyun felt his mind trying to process this information. Someone or something had built machines inside multiple planets, machines that were connected across space, machines that were turning on now just as Earth faced extinction. In her laboratory, Dr. Soo-young Choi received Tai-hyun's data. The implications were staggering. The Prometheus device was not just a human weapon, it was connected to something much larger, something that spanned the galaxy. Yoonji, send a message to all deep space monitoring stations, Soo-young ordered. I want to know if anyone else is detecting these energy signatures. The responses came back quickly. Similar readings were appearing on monitoring stations around the world. Whatever was buried in Earth's core had counterparts everywhere. Dr. Choi, Yoonji called out. The device is ready to fire. Power levels at maximum. Soo-young looked at the countdown timer. The aliens would be in position to destroy Earth in minutes. She had one shot at saving the world with a weapon she did not fully understand, connected to machines that should not exist. Prepare to fire, she ordered. In space, Commander Velrak of the Bone Crusher prepared to destroy Luna Station. He did not know that deep in Earth's core, ancient machines were reaching full power. He did not know that his target was about to become the most dangerous planet in the galaxy. All he knew was that humans were about to learn the price of defying the Vorthak Empire. He was about to learn something too. Commander Velrak of the Bone Crusher felt like a god. His dreadnought had shrugged off the strongest weapons humans could fire. Their nuclear missiles were like firecrackers. Their laser beams were like flashlights. Their particle cannons were like water guns. Target locked on human space station, his weapons officer reported. All guns ready to fire. Velrak smiled. This would be easy. One blast would vaporize Luna Station and everyone on it. The humans would see their best defenses turn to dust. Then they would understand that resistance was hopeless. Fire, he commanded. But before the Bone Crusher could shoot, something impossible happened on Earth. Dr. Soo-young Choi stood in her laboratory 2 miles underground. Around her, the Prometheus device hummed with power that made the air itself vibrate. The machine was beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Crystalline structures pulsed with blue light. Metal conduits carried energy that seemed to bend space around them. All systems ready, reported her assistant, Yoonji Bae. Power at maximum. Target acquired. Soo-young looked at her screens. The Bone Crusher hung in space like a metal moon, preparing to destroy Luna Station. Thousands of people were about to die, unless her untested weapon could do the impossible. Dr. Choi, called Dr. Hyunwoo Nam from across the room. I am reading energy spikes from the planet's core. Something is responding to our activation sequence. What kind of response? Soo-young asked. The artificial structures that Engineer Yu detected are powering up. It is like they are connecting to our weapon. Soo-young felt a chill. The Prometheus device was supposed to be purely human technology, but the energy reading suggested it was linking to something much older, something that had been waiting inside Earth for a very long time. She made her decision. Fire the weapon. The Prometheus device activated with a sound like reality tearing. Energy flowed from Earth's core through conduits that should not exist. The weapon did not fire a beam or a missile. Instead, it reached across space and touched the Bone Crusher with forces that operated beyond normal physics. Commander Velrak felt his ship shudder. Warning lights flashed across his bridge. Report, he demanded. Sir, we are detecting a massive energy surge from the human planet, his science officer replied. The readings do not match any known weapon type. Impossible, Velrak said. Their technology is primitive. What could they possibly do to us? The answer came in the form of the most frightening thing that can happen to a living being. The Bone Crusher, all 50,000 tons of it simply stopped existing, not destroyed, not damaged, not blown apart. It just ceased to be there. One moment, Commander Velrak was laughing at human weakness. The next moment, he was not anywhere at all. His ship, his crew, his thoughts, his memories, everything that had been the Bone Crusher vanished from the universe as if it had never been built. On Luna Station, Captain Jinwoo Park stared at his screens in shock. The massive alien ship that had been preparing to kill them all was gone. Completely gone. "Sir," tactical analyst Dong-Yun Lee called out. "The enemy ship has disappeared from all sensors." "Disappeared where?" Jinwoo asked. "Not where, sir. It just is not there anymore. No debris, no energy signature, no trace that it ever existed." Communications Officer Minji Kim was monitoring alien transmissions. The enemy fleet was in chaos. Ship captains were screaming at each other in their alien language. Their sensors showed the same thing human sensors showed. The bone crusher was gone. "They are as confused as we are," Minji reported. "They do not understand what happened either." Back on the Destroyer of Worlds, Admiral Kexthor stared at his tactical display. Where the bone crusher had been, there was nothing. Empty space. His most advanced sensors detected no trace of the ship or its crew. "Report," he demanded. Science Officer Thalmir worked frantically at his console. "Admiral, the bone crusher has vanished from all sensors. There is no debris field, no energy discharge, no sign of weapons impact. The ship appears to have been erased from existence." "That is impossible," Kexthor snarled. "Ships do not just vanish." "Sir," called his communications officer, "we are receiving reports from ships throughout the fleet. All sensors confirm the same readings. The bone crusher is gone." Kexthor felt something he had not experienced in decades of conquest. Fear. In all his battles against advanced civilizations, he had never seen a weapon that could make matter simply disappear. The humans were supposed to be primitives. They were supposed to fight with crude rockets and basic energy weapons. "Admiral," Thalmir said quietly, "I am detecting references in our historical databases. The weapon signature matches descriptions of ancient technology." "Ancients?" Kexthor's blood ran cold. Every species in the galaxy had legends about the ancients, a mysterious race that had vanished long ago, leaving only warnings behind. Warnings about forbidden zones and sleeping guardians. On Earth, the success of the weapon brought no celebration. Dr. Soo-Young Choi stared at her readings in amazement and terror. The Prometheus device had not just fired a weapon, it had connected to a network of machines spanning multiple star systems. "Dr. Choi," Engineer Taehyun Yu called from Aegis Prime, "my sensors are going crazy. I am detecting energy signatures from 12 other star systems. All of them just activated at the same time." "12 other systems?" Soo-Young asked. "Yes, ma'am. And there is something else. The energy patterns are not random. They form a geometric pattern across the galaxy, like someone positioned them to create a defensive network." Dr. Hyunwoo Nam rushed over with new data. "Soo-Young, look at this. The core energy source is not just artificial. It is ancient. Radiometric. Dating suggests it is over 1,000,000 years old." Soo-Young felt the pieces falling into place. Humans had not built the Prometheus device alone. They had built it on top of something much older. Something that had been waiting for exactly this. "Moment. Run a deep analysis on the ancient components," she ordered. "I want to know what we just connected to." Meanwhile, Intelligence Officer Seong-min Ko was intercepting alien communications from his bunker in Seoul. What he heard made his hands shake. The alien fleet was in panic. Their captains were using words that the translation computers had never encountered. Terms like Forbidden Ones and the Watchers and Star Killers. "Lieutenant Park," Seong-min called to his assistant, "cross-reference these alien terms with our xenoarchaeology databases." Hyem and Park ran the search. The results appeared on screen. "Sir, these terms appear in the mythology of dozens of alien species. They all refer to an ancient race that supposedly protected certain worlds from conquest." "Protected from conquest," Seong-min repeated. "Are you saying Earth was under some kind of protection?" "The myths suggest that the ancients chose certain species as guardians. They left defensive systems on their worlds and waited for them to develop enough to use them." Seong-min stared at the data. Humans were not just fighting for survival. They were fulfilling some ancient purpose. Back in space, Admiral Kexthor tried to make sense of what had happened. His fleet of 300 warships suddenly seemed small and vulnerable. If humans had ancient technology, they might have weapons that could destroy his entire armada. "Admiral," General Vexmar said, carefully, "perhaps we should withdraw and report this to High Command." Withdraw? Kexthor's pride was wounded. From primitives who got lucky with one shot? "Sir, if they have ancient weapons—" "They fired once," Kexthor interrupted. "Ancient weapons or not, they used enormous energy to destroy one ship. They cannot possibly have enough power to threaten our entire fleet." Kexthor was making the same mistake that had destroyed countless civilizations before him. He was underestimating an enemy because of their appearance rather than their capabilities. "Order the fleet to advance," he commanded. "Full attack formation. I want every ship firing simultaneously. They cannot erase 300 ships at once." His officers exchanged worried looks but followed orders. The Vorthak fleet began moving toward Earth. In her laboratory, Dr. Soo-young Choi watched the enemy fleet advance. The Prometheus device was recharging, but it would take hours to reach full power again. "Unless, Yoonji, what is the status on the ancient components?" she asked. "Dr. Choi, the ancient systems are still active. They seem to be drawing power from the other sites across the galaxy. The recharge time is dropping fast." Soo-young looked at the countdown. Instead of 6 hours, the weapon would be ready in 30 minutes. The ancient network was providing power beyond anything humans had imagined. On Aegis Prime, engineer Tae-hyun Yu made another discovery. "Dr. Choi, I found something else. The ancient machines are not just providing power, they are providing targeting data. Precise coordinates for every ship in the alien fleet." "All 300 ships?" So-young asked. "Yes, ma'am. Whatever built these systems, they designed them to fight fleets, not single ships." Dr. Hyunwoo Nam ran over with the analysis results. "So-young, I decoded part of the ancient system. It is not just a weapon. It is a test." "A test?" "The systems only activate when a species reaches a certain level of technological development and faces extinction from outside forces. It is like the ancients wanted to see if younger races were ready to inherit their power." So-young understood. Humans had not just built a weapon. They had passed some kind of cosmic examination. The question now was whether they were ready for what came next. Admiral Kexthor watched his fleet advance on Earth with growing confidence. 300 warships spread across space like a metal storm. Each ship carried enough firepower to destroy continents. Together, they could crack planets. "All ships. Report ready for combat," General Vexmar announced. "Weapons charged, shields at maximum." Kexthor smiled. The humans had destroyed one ship with some kind of ancient weapon. But ancient technology was old and unreliable. It probably took enormous energy to fire once. They could not possibly have enough power to threaten an entire fleet. "Begin the attack," he ordered. "I want Earth burning within the hour." But on Earth, something was happening that no Vorthak warrior could have imagined. Dr. Soo-young Choi stood before the Prometheus device as it reached full charge in record time. The ancient systems buried in Earth's core were providing power beyond human understanding. Energy flowed through conduits that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions at once. "Dr. Choi," her assistant Yoonji-bae called out. "The targeting system is online. We have precise coordinates for all 300 enemy ships." "All of them?" So-young asked. "At the same time?" "Yes, ma'am. The ancient network is providing real-time tracking data. It knows exactly where every ship is and where it will be." "Doctor." Hyunwoo Nam rushed over with more incredible news. "So-young, the power levels are incredible. The ancient systems are not just connected to Earth. They are drawing energy from the cores of 12 other planets. This weapon has the power of 13 stars." So-young felt the weight of cosmic responsibility. She was about to fire a weapon, built by a civilization older than humanity itself, a weapon that could reshape the balance of power in the galaxy. "Are all targeting computers ready?" she asked. "Ready, Dr. Choi," Yunji confirmed. Su-Yung took a deep breath. "Fire!" The Prometheus device activated with the force of creation itself. But this time, it did not target one ship. The ancient network had calculated the exact position of every vessel in the Vorthak fleet. 300 separate beams of reality-altering. Energy lanced across space simultaneously. Admiral Kexthor was giving orders to his captains when his universe changed forever. "Begin bombardment of the human planet," he commanded. "Show them no mercy." The last thing he ever said was, "What is that energy reading?" The Destroyer of Worlds, flagship of the mighty Vorthak Empire, winked out of existence, not destroyed, by explosions or torn apart by weapons. It simply ceased to be, taking Admiral Kexthor and his crew of 15,000 warriors with it. The same fate struck every ship in the fleet, 300 warships that had conquered star systems, and enslaved entire species vanished from the universe in the same instant. 15 million Vorthak soldiers, the pride of 12 warrior races, were erased from existence as if they had never been born. Captain Jinwoo Park watched from Luna Station as the most powerful fleet in known history disappeared. His sensors showed empty space where moments before 300 city-sized warships had blocked out the stars. "Sir," tactical analyst Dong-Hyun Lee said in a whisper, "they are all gone." "All of them?" Jinwoo asked. "Every ship, sir. No debris, no energy signatures, no trace they were ever here." Communications Officer Minji Kim was monitoring all frequencies. "Sir, I am not detecting any alien communications. None at all. The entire fleet has been silenced." On Earth, humanity stared up at stars that suddenly seemed much friendlier. The impossible had happened. Earth had not just survived. It had won a complete victory against overwhelming odds. But the victory came with revelations that changed everything. Humans thought they knew about their place in the universe. Engineer Tae-Hyun-Yu called Dr. Choi from Aegis Prime with data that made her head spin. "Dr. Choi, the energy network is still active. I am detecting similar weapon discharges from 12 other star systems. Other worlds are firing ancient weapons at the same time we did." "Other worlds?" So-Young asked. "Yes, ma'am, and I am receiving communication signals. They are not from aliens. They are from humans." "Humans? How is that possible?" "I do not know, Dr. Choi. But the signals are definitely human. They are speaking languages I have never heard, but the translation computers confirm they are human languages." Dr. Hyunwoo Nam grabbed Su-Young's arm. "Do you understand what this means? Humans are spread across multiple star systems. We are not alone." So-Young felt her worldview expanding. Earth was not the only human world. Somehow, humanity had spread to other planets, and all of them had ancient defensive systems. Meanwhile, Intelligence Officer Seong-Min Ko was intercepting communications from across the galaxy. His equipment was picking up signals from Vorthak territories throughout known space. What he heard made him realize that Earth's victory was part of something much larger. "Sir," his assistant Lieutenant Hyemin Park called out, "I am translating. Emergency broadcasts from Vorthak worlds. Their empire is collapsing." "Collapsing how?" Seong-Min asked. "Multiple worlds that they conquered are rebelling. Species that were enslaved for centuries are suddenly fighting back with weapons the Vorthak cannot understand." Seong-Min studied the reports. The pattern was clear. All across the galaxy, species that the Vorthak had dismissed as primitive were revealing hidden power. Ancient weapons were activating on dozens of worlds. The ancients did not just protect Earth, he realized. They created a network of guardian species across the entire galaxy. Secretary of Defense Jisoo Han received reports from intelligence agencies around the world. Every deep space monitoring station was detecting the same thing. Humanity was not alone and they were not defenseless. Madam Secretary, her aide reported. We have confirmed communication signals from human colonies in at least 12 star systems. They all report successful activation of ancient defensive weapons. Jisoo felt the implications hit her. How many humans are out there? We do not know yet, ma'am, but early estimates suggest billions of people on dozens of worlds. How did they get there? We barely have space travel within our own solar system. Unknown, ma'am, but all the colonies report having ancient sites similar to what Dr. Choi found on Earth. It appears humans were seeded across the galaxy by the same civilization that left us the defensive networks. In her laboratory, Dr. Soo-Young Choi made the most amazing discovery of all. She had decoded more of the ancient computer systems. What she found changed everything humans thought they knew about their origins. Dr. Choi, Dr. Hyunwoo Nam called out. You need to see this. Soo-Young looked at the translation on his screen. The ancient text was written in symbols that somehow seemed familiar, even though they were older than human civilization. What does it say? She asked. It is a message, Hyunwoo replied. A message to humanity from the beings who built these weapons. The message was simple, but profound. Children of Earth and her sister worlds, you have passed the first test. You have shown courage against impossible odds and wisdom in using power responsibly. You are ready to take your place as guardians of the galaxy. Welcome to your inheritance. Our inheritance, Soo-Young repeated. We are inheriting the role of the ancients. There is more, Hyunwoo said. According to this, the ancients did not disappear. They evolved beyond physical existence. But before they left, they prepared certain species to take their place as protectors of younger civilizations. And they chose humans. Not just humans, Hyunwoo corrected. Dozens of species across the galaxy. All of them were given ancient weapons and spread to multiple worlds. The Vorthak Empire was just the first test. On Luna Station, Captain Jinwoo Park received a message that changed his understanding of his own purpose. The communication came from Admiral Sarah Chen of the Centauri Defense Force, Humanity's colony in the Alpha Centauri system. Captain Park, Admiral Chen said from across 4 light-years of space. Congratulations on your successful activation of the Prometheus Defense Network. We have been waiting for Earth to pass the test. You knew this would happen? Jinwoo asked. Our colony was founded by humans who fled Earth centuries ago after discovering ancient ruins. We have been preparing for this moment ever since. Earth was always meant to be the primary activation site for the Galactic Defense Network. Jinwoo felt his mind reeling. How many human worlds are there? 43 confirmed colonies, Captain. All of them now armed with ancient weapons. Humanity has just become the dominant military power in the galaxy. Engineer Tae-hyun Yoo was analyzing energy readings from across known space when he made a discovery that put everything in perspective. The ancient network was not just defensive, it was a communication system that connected guardian species across the galaxy. Dr. Choi, he called, I am receiving a general broadcast on the ancient communication network. It is being transmitted to all guardian species simultaneously. What does it say? So-young asked. It is a welcome message, Tae-hyun replied. It says the age of conquest is ending, and the age of protection is beginning. All guardian species are to work together to maintain peace and prevent any single empire from dominating the galaxy. Dr. Soo-Young Choi realized that humanity had not just won a battle. They had inherited responsibility for the entire galaxy. The ancient weapons came with ancient duties. As reports poured in from around the world and across space, one thing became clear. Earth's children were no longer alone in a hostile universe. They were part of a community of protector species. 6 months after the Vorthak fleet vanished from Earth's skies, the galaxy was a very different place. What had once been the mighty Vorthak Empire was now dozens of free worlds celebrating their liberation. Species that had been enslaved for centuries were building their own governments and exploring technologies they had been forbidden to develop. Captain Jinwoo Park, now promoted to admiral, stood on the bridge of humanity's first ancient technology starship. The vessel, named New Dawn, had been built using blueprints found in the Prometheus device computer systems. It could cross the galaxy in days instead of years. Admiral, Communications Officer Minji Kim reported from her station. "We are receiving another request for assistance. The former Vorthak colony of Kepler 442b is asking for help establishing a defense grid." Jinwoo nodded. It was the fifth request this week. All across the galaxy, newly freed worlds wanted ancient weapons to protect themselves from other potential conquerors. But the ancient systems would only activate for species that the original builders had chosen as guardians. "Send our response," Jinwoo ordered. "We will provide technical assistance and training, but they must develop their own defenses. The ancient weapons are not for sale or trade." This was the new reality. Humanity had become the galactic peacekeepers, but they could not arm everyone. The ancients had been very selective about which species received their ultimate weapons. On Earth, Dr. Soo-Young Choi had been appointed as Director of Ancient Technology Research. Her laboratory was now a massive complex employing thousands of scientists from dozens of worlds. They were reverse engineering ancient devices and learning secrets that changed their understanding of physics itself. "Dr. Choi," her assistant Unji-bai called out, "we have successfully activated the communication array on Vega Prime. That makes 37 active ancient sites under human control." Soo-Young looked at the galactic map. Red dots marked ancient installations across known space. 43 were controlled by human colonies. The rest belonged to other guardian species. Together, they formed a network of protection that covered most of the galaxy. "Any word from the Andromedan Collective?" Soo-Young asked. "Yes, ma'am. They have agreed to establish a joint research station at the ancient ruins on Proxima Centauri, B. Their scientists are particularly interested in the dimensional manipulation technology. The Andromedan Collective was one of 12 other guardian species that had been chosen by the ancients. Like humans, they had been seeded across multiple worlds and given ancient weapons. Unlike humans, they had discovered their heritage centuries ago and had been waiting for the other guardians to awaken. Dr. Hyun-Woo Nam walked over with the latest translation from ancient computers. "Soo-Young, we have decoded another section of the archive. It explains why the ancients chose the species they did." "What was their criteria?" Soo-Young asked. "Intelligence was important, but not the most important factor. They looked for species that showed compassion for weaker beings, willingness to sacrifice for others, and the ability to use power responsibly. They called it the guardian gene." "Tuau." "Guardian gene," Soo-Young repeated. "They were looking for natural protectors." "Exactly. And according to this, humans scored very high on their evaluation. Our tendency to help underdogs and fight against bullies made us ideal candidates." Meanwhile, Intelligence Officer Seong-min Ko was monitoring communications from across the galaxy. His job had changed from intercepting enemy signals to coordinating with allied intelligence services. The picture he saw was encouraging. "Sir," his assistant Lieutenant Hyemin Park reported, "the Rigel Confederation has successfully negotiated a peace treaty with the Centauri Alliance. Both sides are requesting Guardian oversight to ensure compliance." "That is the 15th peace treaty this month," Seong-min observed. "The galaxy is becoming a much more civilized place." It was true. With the threat of ancient weapons hanging over potential aggressors, most conflicts were being resolved through negotiation rather than warfare. The few species that tried to conquer their neighbors quickly found themselves facing guardian fleets with reality-altering weapons. Secretary of Defense Ji Soo-han had been promoted to Secretary of Galactic Affairs. Earth now had embassies on 47 worlds and defense treaties with over 100 species. Her job was to coordinate humanity's new role as galactic peacekeepers. "Madam Secretary," her aide reported, "the Galactic Council has approved the Establishment of Guardian Academies on 12 worlds. We will begin training officers from allied species next month. Good, Jisoo replied. We cannot protect the entire galaxy alone. We need partners who understand our mission. The Guardian Academies would teach selected officers from allied species how to operate ancient technology and uphold the principles of galactic peace. Not everyone could use ancient weapons, but everyone could help maintain the peace those weapons made possible. Engineer Tae-hyun Yoo, now chief engineer of the Guardian Fleet, was working on humanity's most ambitious project yet, the Ancient Archive. On Earth contained blueprints for a massive space station that could monitor the entire galaxy and respond to threats instantly. Dr. Choi, Tae-hyun called from his workshop. The Guardian Station construction is ahead of schedule. We should be able to begin operations within 2 years. Any problems with the ancient technology integration? Soo-young asked. None at all, Tae-hyun replied. It is almost like the ancients designed their systems to be user-friendly. The technology adapts to whoever is using it. That makes sense, Soo-young said. They wanted their inheritors to succeed. In space, Admiral Jinwoo Park was conducting a joint training exercise with ships from the Andromedan Collective and the Sirius Commonwealth, 3 Guardian species working together to perfect their coordination and tactics. All ships, Jinwoo broadcast to the mixed fleet. Begin formation Gamma 7. Remember, we are not conquerors. We are protectors. Our job is to stop aggression, not to dominate others. The exercise went perfectly. Guardian ships moved with precision and purpose, their ancient weapons ready, but not threatening. It was a display of power held in check by wisdom. After the exercise, Admiral Chen of the Centauri Defense Force joined Jinwoo on the bridge of New Dawn. Admiral, Chen said, I have been thinking about our conversation 6 months ago. You asked how many human worlds there are. 43 confirmed colonies, Jinwoo replied. That was 6 months ago, Chen smiled. We have discovered 37 more human settlements since then. Some of them have been isolated for over 1,000 years. 1,000 years? Jinwoo was amazed. How did humans spread so far so long ago? The ancient computers suggest that the original Guardians helped seed promising species across multiple worlds as a backup plan. If one world fell to conquerors, the others would survive to fulfill the Guardian mission. This revelation meant that humanity was even more widespread than they had imagined. Humans had been living on worlds across the galaxy for centuries, many of them unaware of their connection to Earth or their Guardian heritage. Dr. Soo-young Choi made her most important discovery while analyzing the deepest levels of the ancient archive. Hidden beneath layers of technical data, she found something that took her breath away. Dr. Nam, she called. You need to see this immediately. Hyun-woo rushed over to her station. On the screen was a message in ancient script, but underneath was a translation in perfect Korean. How is that possible? Hyun-woo asked. Korean did not exist when the ancients built these machines. Soo-young had already figured it out. The translation system is adaptive. It learns the language of whoever accesses it, but look at what it says. The message was addressed to humanity specifically. Children of the Blue World, you have exceeded our greatest hopes. Your compassion and courage have brought peace to countless worlds. You have proven worthy of the greatest gift we can give you. What gift? Hyun-woo asked. The answer appeared on the next screen. Technical specifications for a device that could do something impossible, create new star systems and planets suitable for life. They are giving us the power of creation itself, Soo-young whispered. The implications were staggering. Humanity would not just be guardians of existing worlds. They could create new worlds for species that needed homes, expand the boundaries of habitable space, and ensure that life flourished throughout the galaxy. As news of this discovery spread across human space, reaction was mixed. Some were excited by the possibilities. Others were terrified by the responsibility. but most understood that this was the natural next step in humanity's evolution from a planet-bound species to galactic guardians. Captain Jinwoo Park received the news while visiting the memorial to the crew of Luna Station who had died in the final battle with the Vorthak fleet. Only he and a few others had survived when the station was damaged by debris from the vanishing alien ships. Standing before the monument, Jinwoo thought about how far humanity had come. 6 months ago, they were facing extinction from alien conquerors. Now they were being offered the power to create new worlds and guide the evolution of galactic civilization. "Sir?" Minji Kim approached with a message tablet. "We have received confirmation from all Guardian Council members. They have unanimously approved humanity's advancement to Creator Guardian status." Creator Guardian, the highest level of ancient inheritance.